I think. Am I ready?
And I'll haunt your nightmares. Little did you know that I like fear. When you turn, I'll be right there. You should be afraid, you should be scared. Out of the darkness, out of the fear, here comes the monster waiting in there. Heart rate is rising, some call it scared. You'll feel the chill start raising your hairs. It's too late, you're here now. I hope that you're prepared, cause there's no getting out. You can feel the energy, dark like a cloud. Electrified by panic, terror and doubt. Don't cross me, or you'll learn quick the hard way that I'm not one to mess with. I got a mind, and that mind's...
Hey, y'all.
Hi.
What's
We did it.
up?
Hi, Adam.
Hey, Adam.
I think it worked.
It worked. Yay.
You did so good.
Thank you.
Yay. Well, how's everybody doing?
What's going on? Hey, Kelly.
Hi, Kelly. We finally got an intro.
Yes, I'm excited.
I am too. Hey, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
We bad.
What are you talking about?
That's right. We're talking about graveyards and cemeteries. Hi, Liz. Hi, Lurker.
Hey, Liquor.
Hey, Johnny.
Hey, Johnny. Just glad it's been in the 90s here. Yeah, it's been around about 80s here. What is it like over there where you are?
Yeah, it's been about 80s here too.
Oh, wow. Which is crazy because y'all are usually about 10 degrees hotter.
Right. Thanks, Adam.
Adam.
Kimmy did a great job.
Thank you, thank you. I definitely want to hear and know about this topic. Hopefully, I can learn the differences. Hopefully.
Well, the difference is the graveyard. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm normally wrong. The graveyard has a church on it. A cemetery is just a burial ground.
Yep.
I remembered.
Outside of the town, usually on the outskirts. And cemetery in other languages means sleeping place.
That's right.
I didn't know that. I was like, what?
Sleep. That makes sense.
Right? Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that at all.
Yeah, I always get them confused. I get them backwards.
Yeah, I do too, because cemetery seems... Hey, Donna.
Hi, Donna.
Cemetery. Well, I always get them backwards because, I guess I don't know, cemetery, graveyard is so much more macabre sounding than cemetery, you know?
Right. Well, you're working late tonight.
I thought that too, to be honest.
Me too, Lurker, but we learn something new every day.
Mm-hmm. And then,
hi, Charlie.
How many people have gone to a graveyard or cemetery and found stones or rocks on headstones? Do y'all know the meaning behind that?
I do.
Well,
go ahead. I will let you tell us.
Oh, okay. Well, stones remind them that someone that they care and that has visited, mourned and respected, are supported and honored by the presence of others visited by their memorial. The Hebrew the Hebrew word for pebble is bond. So by placing the stone, it binds the deceased with the visitors.
Wow. Well, that's like the coins that you find. They all have different meanings, whether it's a penny or a nickel or a dime.
Yep.
Yep. A penny at the gravesite means you visited. You have no formal relationship with the deceased, but you honor their service and their family. A nickel, if a nickel's left, it means the deceased person is trained at boot camp together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, if they leave a dime, then that means you served with the deceased person. And a quarter indicates you were with the deceased when she or he died.
Wow. And did you know that the coins go back to Roman times?
No.
Yeah, they used to put the coins in the mouths to allow them to cross over to the other side. So it goes, that's where it was kind of adapted down to our side.
Wow. Hi.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that practice would have gone back that far back, you know?
Right.
Hey,
Hi,
Misty.
Misty. That's my baby right there.
It's your Misty or my Misty, one of the two. Yep, very man.
Yeah, you're right. Which Misty? We got two Misties. My baby or her baby?
Hey, Megan.
Hi, Megan.
Okay, so
Adam says, what is it when they put the coin over their eyes?
I don't know.
I haven't heard that one.
I know it said on there that they would put the coins into the mouth to insert passage into the river Styx. So I'm not sure.
Oh, it's your Misty, Kimmy.
Oh, Megan says to pay the reaper. Wow.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, let me share my screen. And we're going to talk symbols on headstones.
All right.
Share screen. All right. All right. So gravestones can have different, sometimes you'll see like, you know, urns. Sometimes you'll see like birds, etc. So there's different meanings. What are some of the symbols y'all have seen?
I don't really think I've seen a whole lot of symbols before. I have seen birds. I've seen like butterflies, roses, stuff like that.
Right. Yeah, they all individually have their individual meanings.
Cool.
Like angels, for instance, God messengers and guardians dropping flowers may signify grief, pointing to heaven, and most likely rejoicing.
Cool. Lurker's seen horns.
Huh?
Lurker has seen horns.
Oh, okay. It's not on here. Boo. But sometimes, like protection, faith, defense of the spirit, there'll be a shield. I've seen a shield before.
Yeah, I have.
Tree shape or tree stump means life was cut short. Sudden death, possible membership with the modern woodmen of America or the woodmen of the world.
Wow.
Oh, urn means death of the flesh. Huh.
Well, that kind of makes sense.
The cross. I'm not paying attention to symbols, shockingly. Star of David. Oh, yeah. Let's see. If we're getting bored, I'll probably just have a SPN reference or something. Buried, not bored. I was like, well, dang, okay.
Okay, be bored.
Okay, headstone initials and acronyms. Has anybody ever come across any initials on the headstone? Like
Yes.
for Masons or for Knights of Columbus?
Yes, I have.
Hey.
Hey, Charlie.
Yikes.
What does that mean? Just tells you what they are? I mean, what?
It'll tell you, like, the KC means Knights of Columbus. And then you have the IOOF. Sometimes on headstones, it'll say Independent Order of the Oddfellows. FOE, Fraternal Order of the Eagles. AASR, which is the Ancient and Accepted Scottish Rite. HIS or IHD, Christian, the first three letters of Jesus' name in Greek.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen like the Mason symbol, but
Right.
not anything other than that. Or I haven't paid attention to either way.
True.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go on to headstone compositions. Like before the 1650s, people mostly used field stones or rough cut stones to mark graves. A stone from this time might have been deceased initials or the year of death carved on it. From the 1660s to the 1850s, it mostly consisted of sedimentary rocks such as red or brown sandstone or limestone or dark slate. You'll also see early 1800 gravestones made of blue slate. Marble was the stone of choice between the 30s and the 1880s. Since the 1880s, most people stuck with the granite headstones. So it means that the granite stone is pre-1880 death date. It isn't the original marker.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes you'll come across some. Has anybody come across any with like poetry or anything like that on it?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen them with that? That's cool.
Yeah, I have.
Me here thinking about the old tombstone.
Some of the older ones.
What do you want on your tombstone? That's funny. Something easy.
I'm going to be cremated. I'm not going to have a grave.
Yeah, I don't want either, to be honest. And it's really crazy. Like, you're dead. It's not like you don't really know anyway, but
that's right.
I don't want any, to be honest. I don't know. I haven't gotten to that point yet, I guess.
Well, you got to do something.
Right.
Not unless you're going to be wrapped up and be mummified.
Maybe I want to be frozen. Maybe I want to be frozen like a rib steak from last week's dinner. I don't know.
I don't like to be cold. I don't know what I want. I know what I want. I'm going to be cremated, but if you really think about it, no matter which way you go, it's not good.
Yeah, either way sucks.
But yeah, it's not
Maddie.
good. Hi, Maddie.
It's like Maddie on the date night.
I hadn't heard that one in a while.
I know. I'll
I'm
live
going to live forever immortal. I don't know if I'd want to do that either.
right. How about a zombie Kimmy? There you go. That's kind of scary, but okay.
I could
That's
see you as a zombie.
I don't want to be a zombie. That's too much walking.
Right?
Okay, rituals for entering a graveyard or cemetery. What are some of your do's or don'ts?
Always ask permission.
Sing it, Kimmy. Bring offerings for the gatekeepers. I've seen
I
that.
haven't heard of that one, but that makes sense too.
Yeah,
I know leaving offerings is good to do, but I never thought about it to the gatekeepers.
right.
Yeah,
I guess it probably just depends. I mean, from what I've read, it seems to be like a general consensus that there's gatekeepers
that's true.
in most places.
That's true. Never take anything out of the graveyard.
You know, don't need any of that. No. Not the dirt. Don't take no graveyard dirt. Don't take no cemetery dirt. Don't take
Well, if you do take graveyard dirt, just make sure you leave an offering.
right.
Just say thank you.
Yeah, that's another good one. Don't step on the graves.
Right?
Be respectful. In other words, like, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to. Yeah, because
That's
some
right.
graveyards are set up just completely wrong, and you don't really
Right.
have what to.
And it's really hard walking through some of them.
Right. Last new offerings to gatekeepers. Is that a secret how paranormal investigators get in? Right.
Might be.
Mama always asked me if I stepped on one. Yeah. You get snatched up really quick.
Right? What are you doing?
Pick up trash if you come across and you're walking around and there's trash on the ground. Pick it up.
Right?
Pick it up.
Don't sit on the tombstones.
Oh yeah.
If you think you're gonna get tired and want to sit down, take a chair with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I've also saw that you don't.
That are sinking in, and I do apologize after closely looking around. Yeah.
Right. They said some of the older ones you don't want to rub it because some of the older ones could crumble.
Oh yeah. Because like Stan, they used to just use anything and everything, like fill stones and rocks and etc.
Right. Yeah, that'd be just awful if you go to rub one of them and it crumbles. Oh my gosh, that would be terrible.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, because I mean, like you go to some of these cemeteries, and of course they end up closing them down because people are just vandalizing them.
Yeah.
So
that's awful.
Kind of sad. And do not ever take a mirror into a cemetery or graveyard.
Right.
It kind of like works off the same basis as like covering, like they used to cover the mirrors when somebody was passing away into a home. So it kind of works the same basis. If you take a mirror into a haunted place, then they could get stuck in the mirrors. Some are abandoned, which makes it really sad. Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, I sent you the pics of those old headstones from when Rick and I got the camper that night. I don't think so. I don't think you did.
Now you're going to get you wondering. You're going to go back and look.
Right. Or she just resend them.
Right. That'd be easier.
I'll have to see if I can find them. It was the people's front yard.
Oh, wow.
What? That's
And
another thing I noticed. Like when I was coming to your house, like there's like off of like sides of houses and stuff. I guess they would call them family burial plots.
mm-hmm.
Because I saw one that was like a farm, like a house in the middle of a field, and there was like looked like I guess what you would call a family plot, right?
Right, right. A lot of times people are buried on their land.
Ah.
Hey, Adriana.
Hey, Adriana. Hope you feel better.
Yeah, me too. I'm sorry. Hey, Virgil.
Hello, Virgil.
Well, for investigating a graveyard, I know you're not supposed to look backwards. You look behind you. When you walk away and you don't look behind you because it'll give the spirits the opportunity to follow you. It makes them want to think that you want them to follow you.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. So say goodbye and keep walking. Just don't look backwards. Don't look behind you.
I guess I'd be like, oh, look
They
at
want
me.
Yeah, she wants me to come with her.
And who knows, like if any of this, I imagine some's true, but
some of it's wives' tales.
Yeah, wives' tales that, but it could be real. I mean, they got it from somewhere, right?
Right, right.
I made an amateur mistake. Noted. Thank you, Debbie.
Well, I hope they didn't go home with you.
Right. And that is so true that people are buried on the land, Debbie. When I stayed in New York City, I had the misfortune of staying at the Jane Hotel in Greenwich Village. Apart from the bed bugs, it was a nice room, but the heat was unbearable. I had to open the window. I wasn't to know it was a giant flying
Katie is
sleeping under my bed. What the
Oh
heck?
my Lord.
As I slipped into the arms of Morpheus, this beast ripped me and flew out of the bedroom window with me. Unfortunately, the giant creature couldn't support my 40-stone weight, and I fell onto the pavement. Thank the Lord I was.
Wow, what a night. Oh, what a night.
Oh, what a night.
Wow.
How big are those katydids or whatever that was?
They're about that big.
Wow.
I call them Katies. You know those really loud sounding things that come out around the spring and early fall? You'll hear it sounds like a lot of crickets.
Yeah.
That's what they are. Or they get stuck on the trees and they leave the shells in the trees. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's Katie's.
Like so cling to the tree, like
yeah. And they just leave the empty shells.
That's
Hi,
crazy.
Anthony. Yeah, that's what they are.
I'm
from Georgia.
So who put the spirit board? I guess it really depends on how you use it, really.
Yeah, and I don't see any difference between bringing a spirit box or a spirit board.
Yeah, there's
I don't see any difference in that.
Don't need it anymore. I got a vessel, which is 2 angels and Benji the hoodoo doll. 2 is enough.
Right.
Debbie, where are you from?
Georgia.
Don't need more spirits occupying. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I'm still here. Hold on. I'll be right. I'm still here.
And I don't need one, so I don't mess with them. So that's enough supernatural, right? But yeah. So does anybody have any cemetery or graveyard stories that they want to tell?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Or things you've noticed on headstones, or the craziest quotes? Like I've seen some that even have like quotes on it on headstones. Pretty funny.
Can you imagine having to put all that stuff, that writing on a tombstone?
Yeah.
I mean, back in the old days, nowadays they have machinery to do it, but in the
Right.
old days they actually had to take a chisel and chisel out every letter. That had to be a job.
Mm-hmm. Just get your butt back to Kentucky and we'll go to some in Barstown. Heck yeah, let's go. I bet it gets expensive. Those funeral home heads getting tons of money. Oh yeah. Back then they just throw you in a pine box and throw some rocks on you and
That's right. That'd be done.
right. It's crazy. Jailer's Inn is supposed to be haunted.
Where's Jailer's Inn?
Like minimum 20K. Yeah.
Yep, you're right.
And then probably the expense of the headstones and crap too.
Oh yeah.
Off of all that. Oh, Kentucky.
Okay.
Barstown, Kentucky.
Savannah's having a haunted Paracon this month here.
Oh yeah, I seen that. I was like, if I had known ahead of time.
Right, I just found it. It's going to be the 16th, and I just heard about it.
Oh dang.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would have been fun.
Y'all have anybody big coming?
Yeah, there's a few people from the different TV shows that's coming, and there's one of Chip Coffee is going to be there.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be there. He lives in Georgia.
Right. I don't remember exactly who they said that was going to be there, but it would be fun.
I haven't been to one, so I definitely want to go to one. But there's never anywhere around me. There's also my old Kentucky home house where, like, in the 5th grade, and wow.
Oh wow.
Never been. I want to go to one. Yeah, I haven't been to a convention either.
Road trip.
Some people say don't fear the dead. It's the living who will harm you. But that isn't always true. My friend worked in a funeral home one day, a coffin with a big guy, and it slipped off the top shelf and crushed him.
Oh my gosh.
Said death would have been instantaneous. Boy, I miss him.
Wow.
Dang. Yeah, I wish be more some paracons around here, man.
Well, they said they have this one here once a year, so maybe that'll give us something to look forward to next year.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. We can manage that in a year.
That's right.
Let's do it.
I'll save up for the rental car again.
Right?
Shoot, that ain't cheap.
No, I know. That's crazy. Happy birthday to me.
I've never heard of a paracon. Some are called paracons, some are called other stuff too.
Hey, Laura.
Hey, Laura.
Yeah, the Paracon would be fun. And they're taking you on ghost tours.
Yeah, some of those are kind of expensive. Like you pay like to go to the convention, then you pay like to do the ghost hunts and tours and stuff. So
Well, they said it's $60 to attend, and if you go to individual events, that it would be $40 an event.
wow.
So that can add up.
Oh yeah, that's some money.
Mhm.
When I was at a graveyard, there was something that hissed in my ear, and when I go back home, a shadow of a man was up on the ceiling. At the time, I never ran. I just didn't fear it. Wow.
Wow.
Well, I want to go to one. Heck
Well,
yeah.
come on. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Carlos. Per event, $40 per event.
Yeah. And there's some that there was one that I saw. It was like 40, 35 or 40 to get into the event. Then it was like 85 for the meet and greet dinner. And then there was like the ghost, like where you do the haunted tour or something. And this was like at a place, like a building. And it was like 125, I think. I was like,
Wow.
that's money. And then on top of that, all the hotel expense,
Exactly.
and the gas. It adds up.
Yeah, we'd have to save up for a whole year just to do one event. I mean,
Right.
for one, the Paracon itself.
Yep. Per event, yeah. That was the time when Tyler heard hello, it went away the shadow.
Okay.
Dang. I see dead people, which isn't surprising because I am an undertaker. I always screw the coffin lids down tight just in case those suckers aren't really dead. It's like the Schrodinger's cat proxy in quantum physics. They could be alive and dead at the same time. You just don't know until you open the darn coffin.
Wow. My luck, they'd say boo.
Yeah. Damn, I need a sugar mama to fund the expense.
Right? I need to buy me a sugar daddy.
On top of that, be like, sorry, Brian, I need a sugar daddy too.
Right?
Shoot, I screw them down too. Yeah, I would too.
Right? I would too.
Yeah.
The Splenda daddy. That's right.
Blended daddy.
That's right.
Oh, Lord. That's crazy.
Yeah, for somebody that's gifted, an undertaker would be interesting.
That'd be a crazy job.
Yeah. That would be nuts. I would accept a sugar mama, Brian said. If she can have a sugar daddy, you can have a sugar mama.
Right. Lord.
And then y'all could come see me and we'll go to the Paragon.
Right.
Right? Sorry, I'll be right back.
She's sick. She's got the snuffleupagus. When we left the woods and all kinds of things were happening. Wow. So does anybody have any graveyard or cemetery stories? Tell us some good ones. So it takes someone who can handle death very well to undertake graveyards or cemeteries. Much respect and props to them, for sure. I think everyone is dealing with some type of ick right now. Yeah.
Yeah, especially that would be. I don't know if I could handle that. Being gifted and a medium also. No, that would not go too well. Can you imagine? Keep it up, Charlie. Keep it up.
I knew that was you. Oh my goodness.
I didn't even have to look at. I knew who that was. Ah, yeah, this cold's kicking my ass.
Yeah.
Well, I told you about when I was 11 or 12, since we're talking graveyards, or this was a cemetery because it wasn't a church on it. Ha. Um, we were in Bonaventure,
Yeah.
and behind that big tombstone, there was a shadow figure there doing this, trying to get me to come over to him. I said, nope, time to go. Let's go. Yeah, that scared me. I was like 12 years old.
Wow.
Hmm.
For about a year, third shift campus police supervisor. I was the guy that had to sign for the bodies. Met the guy that invented the first spacesuits for NASA, former General Tire employee.
Wow.
He was like 97 when I signed for him. I absolutely hate having to secure the gross anatomy lab at night or when the students studied there after hours. Wow. I felt the hand on my shoulder and banging and voices in my ear again. It was just a warning for me to stay away. Wow.
Wow.
You always say, goodbye, Woods. Those stories give me chills. Yeah.
Right.
Woo. Ugh.
Yeah. But my favorite place is to walk into a graveyard and just go walking and reading the tombstones. To me,
I
that is just
love
so
it.
relaxing.
Love
I
looking.
love
Yeah, the headstones and the
dates and
dates, the history on something. Like sometimes you get like whole stories on those.
exactly. I do enjoy that.
Mm-hmm. So does anybody have any quirky stuff that they do when they're going to a graveyard or a cemetery? Let's see how crazy I are. I don't. I just
Well, next time we go, we're gonna have to think of something.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Crystal.
I had a pet skunk. He sprayed over my bird knickers. She insisted we stay down. Is he still with me? Boy, I miss him. I couldn't afford to give him a Christian burial. So we threw him in the trash and he thought scuzz.
Oh, I had a pet skunk, but he was descended.
Aww. And then, Debbie, when you saw that shadow in the graveyard.
Yeah, I was about 12.
Hey, Crystal. Couple days before my neighbor passed away, I caught a pic of a girl in an old dress and white apron in my yard. I know I still have that pic, Kenny. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Her
You'll have
house
to-
is haunted, too.
Who's that?
Misty in
Oh,
Kentucky.
okay.
One time she was talking about, like, she was sitting outside in her yard and she would see Civil War soldiers walking in her backyard.
Oh, wow. Hey, Pam.
Hey, Pam. Me and Wee Tyler saw shadows in the graveyard, and we heard the drummer boys drunk too. Wow.
Misty, we'll have to do a live investigation in your yard one night.
Mm-hmm.
That would be fun.
Not as active now. What the fuck later?
All right.
Come on up.
All right.
Old Kid Wanna. I don't even know that song. My Kentucky home. Okay. Like I said, long day. Yeah. Cool.
Johnny, you still at work?
Or is
Wow.
that
I think so.
what's new, ladies? Not a lot. We're just talking graveyards and cemeteries and
What to do, what not to do.
what stones mean and coins and the fun stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes me want to go find some graveyards around here.
Mm-hmm.
That would be fun.
Because I've researched like old sanatoriums around here and there ain't any.
Aw.
I was like, Stinky was my skunk's name. He had the most beautiful eyes.
Aw. My skunk's name was Rosebud.
Various managed graveyard? No. Cemetery is the one that sits out, usually outside of towns or close to out of towns. They're the ones without the church, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, without the church. They're usually managed by their own company, I guess, unless it's one of those really old ones, and they don't usually get maintained at all.
Right.
I wish I could find the pics I had from back when we found some headstones on my cousin's property. Yeah, it must have been an old family tree or something. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. That would be.
So, cemetery is a churchless graveyard. Yes, pretty
right. Which I would thought it would be the opposite, but
yeah. So I would think graveyard is on its own, but a cemetery
right.
is church. Yeah.
Taken care of by church, right? But it's just the opposite.
Yep. Like Boot Hill.
Right. Boot Hill would be considered a cemetery.
Oh. What's
right?
Boot Hill?
Sorry.
Graveyards, private, and cemetery more open to public. I may be wrong. The graveyards are usually managed by churches, and so they usually have, I'm sure, like times and it's gate. Some are gated, I would think. Cemetery is probably the same way. Some are like we have a cemetery called Bass Cemetery in Birmingham, and it's gated, but there's probably visiting hours, stuff like that. So I guess it probably depends on who manages the property, I would guess. Not sure. It was close by an old well that used to sell slave. Ooh, the whole field was really sad. Oh, I bet. Hey, Donna. Donna says she's still here.
Well, we're glad you're still here, Donna.
Ladies, private. Yeah. I would say the graveyards are probably more private than regular cemeteries, but I've even seen cemeteries where they're fenced and they have like only certain hours for visiting. So I guess it depends on the which might be spookier. I would say cemeteries before a graveyard, right?
Right.
Because graveyards would be hollow ground. So that's not like would cemeteries be considered hollow ground?
I don't know. I don't know.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Look it up, Kimmy.
Which grayed out of my uncle's road. Place used to scare me, but now I want to go visit. Ooh.
I bet you do. That would be fun.
Supposed to be a witch grayed out my uncle's road. Wow. I appreciate you answering the question. Well, you are so welcome, Larger.
That's right.
That's a good question, right? Like,
yeah.
Graveyards are with churches, so that'd be hollow ground. Or sacred ground, I guess, depending on how you look at it. But with cemeteries, be the same way because they get buried with preachers and priests.
I was going to say, I don't know why they wouldn't be.
Right. Are you going to a cemetery? Sorry, I was on the phone. We're talking about the differences between graveyards and cemeteries and etc. Can't remember what's what, but one is on church grounds and the other isn't. Right. Come to Kentucky. I know lots of spots. Yep. Waverly's one. I had a similar problem. My pet chihuahua who ate my birds. I just can't with him. Connie's in a small thing. Yeah. We drove by. Well, I think I drove by Waverly on the way there. Are we going to that? But yeah, I was just like, nope, I'm not pulling in.
What?
Well, this is before I was really into the paranormal and stuff.
I would still had to go.
But I wasn't.
Yeah.
So when we went, we had a convention together. And so I drove to her house and stayed with her for a few days when we did that. And yeah, I just
chickened out.
Yeah. I've never
That would I bet you would go now.
I would go now probably.
yeah.
Person. Didn't we pass it on like when we were going to that that flea market thingy that we went and did? When Rhonda was at that where was it at? One towards Louisville? No, it's further. Oh, okay. Okay. That was in Shepherdsville. Okay. Well, darn, I've never been then. That's good. I guess that somehow.
You thought you did. That's what counts.
It's what counts.
That's right.
Trying to figure out what I'm thinking of. Yeah, I don't know. I remember like we were on the interstate heading. I believe it's about the same time. I don't remember. I really don't remember. Don't know. But we drove by Maker's Mark and Jim Beam.
It's all right.
Yeah. A distillery or a place like that would be cool to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we sure did. Yes, got one. That's kidding.
Sounds like we need to go to Kentucky.
Right? Maker's Mark and Jim Beam. That will make you see things exactly. True that.
What is Maker's Mark?
It's a bourbon. It's like a bourbon.
Okay. Well, I imagine that would make you see things. I know what Jim Beam is, but I didn't know what a Baker's Mark was.
It's like a weird shaped bottle with like the big thick red wax on top of it.
Okay.
They like personally dip it. It's pretty cool.
Wow. Yeah, we'd be seeing everything.
And you have wax for later. I'm just kidding. Well, you can still take a tour of Jim Beam and Shepherdville's, I think. Okay. Jim Baby.
Cool.
A few new friends called Jack and Mark.
Jack and Mark. And Jim. You don't forget Jim.
Don't forget Jim. We are surrounded by distilleries now too. There's so many. Oh yeah. Between the distilleries and those what do they call them? Not brew houses.
Brewers.
Brew.
I can't say it. Brewer. Never mind, but you got the gist. Brewer. I still can't say it.
There's a bunch of those. It'd be cool to do one of those really old ones, though.
Yeah, it would.
Kimmy, there's a freaking speakeasy in Bardstown now. What? A speakeasy? What?
Wow. Is that a place where you got to go speak easy?
Right. Let me speak to you, baby.
Let me speak easy to you.
Don't want some Barry White. That's funny.
Wow. Yeah, it is.
There have the Roaring 20s theme nights.
Oh, that would be fun.
Some flapper dresses.
Yeah, go do the Charleston. I can do the Charleston.
That's when you're doing your legs and crossing your hands.
Yeah, you've seen me do it before. Well, put it this way, attempt to try it.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
We used to go on spooky pub crawls in England, no cemeteries. Oh, wow.
That would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I can do the Macarena. Does that count? Yeah. Macarena.
I'm sorry, thinking of getting a hamster. Apparently, they're not attracted to those scents. Yikes. Between skunks and what else was it? Chihuahua and a hamster?
A skunk. A skunk.
And what are you doing?
Don't forget the skunk. Goodness.
Oh, no.
What happened to the cat? You've had everything else.
The chihuahua eats the hamster and then the skunk eats the chihuahua. I don't know.
No, the skunk eats the hamster and the chihuahua eats I don't know either.
Right. Let's work that out.
Okay.
Well, we hope y'all had fun. Thank y'all for coming on with us.
I had fun.
It's been fun.
Yes, thank you for joining us.
There's an old lady who swallowed a fly.
I remember that, but I can't remember it. That didn't make any sense, but I know what he's talking about. Thank you. I'm trying.
Me too, Missy. About time you showed it.
Right.
All right. Thank y'all for coming on. We'll see y'all Monday, right? What are we doing Monday?
We're doing that hamburger stuff, whatever that was.
Yeah, beef casserole thingy majiggy.
Yeah, hamburger potato casserole. Yum.
Ooh. We'll see y'all Monday at 4. And bye, y'all.
Bye. Love y'all.